I'm Robert Bruce, National Sales Manager for Pro-Ject audio systems and Sumiko Phono cartridges in the United States. Really what it is, it's the turntable evangelist. That's what someone said one time, and I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. I actually bought that domain.
Nice.
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything with it, but I own the domain for
I love that.
turntable evangelist.
I mean, this one is a little abstract, so it might be a little difficult to answer, but why vinyl?
There's a level of involvement in listening to vinyl that does not occur for me, regardless of the other format. A CD, high-res digital, they can sound great, but don't have the same involvement in listening.
How do you organize your vinyl collection?
I organize my vinyl obsessively. We have a bookcase covering a wall, not quite to the ceiling, but wall to wall, floor to 6 feet. And it's by artist, by genre, and by chronological order. So I have 15 Little Feat records, and they go from the last one they released that I own all the way back to their first record. So newest to oldest.
How do you store and preserve your vinyl records in your collection?
I take really good care of my records by cleaning them, even new records, all the old used records I buy on a vacuum record cleaning machine. I put them in an inner sleeve, put them back in the jacket, put it in an outer sleeve. Store them vertically. I have records that are 50 years old that sound still just fantastic today because they're well taken care of.
What is the #1 mistake people make with their turntable setup?
The #1 mistake would probably be placing it incorrectly, putting it on a surface like a big heavy piece of furniture where it's prone to get acoustic interference from their speakers.
What are some things I can do to reduce hum and unwanted noise from my turntable?
To reduce noise or hum in a phono playback system, normally 2 things will affect it. One is ground. Search to make sure you have a proper ground between the turntable and the phono input or phono preamp. The second, if you have a separate phono preamp, make sure that that phono preamp is not placed close to other electronic components in your system.
How much does cartridge choice impact sound quality?
As much as the turntable and tone arm allow it, it should be matched to the performance level of the other elements. I really think a turntable consists of turntable, tone arm, phono cartridge, and finally the phono preamp behind it.
Does upgrading the stylus really make a difference?
Okay, upgrading the stylus can make a clear improvement. Some cartridges are designed to have a very easy stylus upgrade. Moving coil cartridges, for example, on the other hand, are not. You have to replace the whole phono cartridge. In a moving magnet cartridge, some manufacturers, such as Sumiko, make upgradable stylus assemblies, and it's simply pull out the old stylus, plug in the upgraded model, and you make an instant upgrade, and it's audible and a worthy improvement.
How often do you want to upgrade your stylus or change it out?
You want to change your stylus when it wears. That can occur anywhere from 1,000 to 2,000 hours. You'll hear it in the high frequencies. You can also have the stylus assembly inspected. If they look at it under a microscope and can see significant wear, then it's time to change it or better upgrade it.
What is the difference between a moving magnet and a moving coil cartridge?
The difference between a moving magnet and a moving coil cartridge is simply what it sounds. In a moving magnet cartridge, there are magnets attached to the cantilever that the diamond moves that creates an electrical pulse. A moving coil cartridge has coils attached to the cantilever that move in a magnetic field to create an electrical pulse. The moving coil cartridge has an advantage in that it has lower mass, so it can theoretically track the record groove better than a moving magnet. Yeah, you mentioned it's 80-year-old technology, and how does it even work? It's literally magic that we can take this vibration in a record groove and create high-resolution music out of it. Is how that happens is magic.
How do you see turntable design evolving in the future?
That's a tough one. One area that turntable technology will be improving is the mechanical connection of the stylus, the needle, the diamond, to the record. There are alternative methods being explored with lasers and other optical systems that will read the groove of the record but not wear on the record, and that's a potential improvement. But we still have a ways to go to refine the mechanical aspects of a current turntable, and it keeps getting better all the time.
But why do new vinyl records cost so much?
Vinyl records cost a lot more than they used to, and the primary reason is the production is very small numbers, and the quality of the vinyl is typically much higher than it used to be. They're valuable and they're worth it in many instances, but a lot of the reissues I would be hesitant to pay the extra premium for. Oftentimes the original release will sound better than a remastered new release, and I would prefer the original recording characteristics. Oftentimes you get closer to the original master tape and the artist had influence on what they wanted it to sound like. When it gets remastered, whoever does the remastering might editorialize the recording.
What's your dream turntable setup?
That would be the Pro-Ject Signature 12.2, the new $15,000 Pro-Ject turntable that is astonishingly good.
What are your top 5 records?
If I had to choose, I would boil my top 5 records down to Little Feat Waiting for Columbus would have to be one of them. Van Morrison, Poetic Champions Compose. David Lindley, El Rayo X. Robin Ford, Talk to Your Daughter. Number 5, it's a Bob Marley, I'd probably say Catch a Fire.
Beatles or Stones?
Beatles.
Belt drive or direct drive?
Belt drive.
Favorite music genre?
Rock and roll.
Electric or acoustic guitar?
Electric.
Song that makes you cry?
Van Morrison, Forgot That Love Existed.
Your ultimate guilty pleasure song?
Frankie Goes to Hollywood, Relax. Turned Up Loud.
Vinyl or streaming?
Yeah, vinyl, of course. I'm Robert Bruce, and thanks for talking with me today.